You guys are presenting or watching?
Presenting.
But the simple fact is that you care about your practice, you care about becoming better professionals, and most importantly, you care about the students of Milpitas Unified School District. So thank you for coming out here to be willing to learn from each other, to listen to each other, to build new relationships as the Milpitas Unified School District continues to move forward.
Oh, hi, are you videoing me?
Yes, I am. What are you presenting today?
We're presenting Junior Bot Ball Challenge.
Ah, sounds like fun.
Once you're in,
So you go to development tools, right? So this is kind of the next step. So we go from kind of hands-on, no tech, to the codapillars. So you're gonna meet the sequence. Codapillar. Caterpillar is a It's a codapillar, yep. And then you press start and it goes, and then it'll flash for whatever part of the sequence it's on. And then they also have different task cards that they can try to complete, like try to make a circle, program it to make one circle. There's one that's program it to make 2 circles. Of course, with everything, especially TK, you give them lots of time just to do this. And then the next step is that they actually have to write an algorithm out. And it's an Osmo. And then it's counting. So you have to put out the number tiles. Or it tells you how many you have to make, and up here, you have to try to make that number.
You can use, yeah, they're ready. You don't have to do it, the lesson plans are ready, everything on Google Expeditions
This is how we thought Windows on Science was when we got it.
Exactly, but this is the new.
This is much more fun.
So this is actually one of our 5E lesson. This is the engaged part for our students. So we show this as a phenomenon for students to talk about it. And it's really cool because they're actually looking at birds of paradise dancing. And it's like a mating ritual, so it gets students excited about the lesson before we dive into structures.
And what is the 5E?
So 5E is basically getting our students excited about our lessons. The 5E stands for engage. Explore, students get to do hands-on, and then they have to explain what they have done. And then we just kind of revisit and completely go on so that they can elaborate a little bit more into detail. So eventually they can explain everything that they've learned in science. Oh no, my food.
Well, we have 2 things going on. One is for the teachers to consider more their pedagogy and behind-the-scenes planning, and then one really simple activity that can be taken home and done with any content area. It's a guided discussion where the kids have different roles and sentence frames to help them make decisions about their content area vocabulary.
Welcome. I'm presenting Math Fluency games. The first game that I do requires dice and graph paper. The reason why I use graph paper is it helps the students line up their equations. So the first step is to roll the dice. I'm just gonna do mock rolling so I match the student's work sample. So I rolled a 4 and a 4. So I'm gonna write my addition sentence as 4 plus 4 equals 8. Or with my intermediate students, I have them add 3 digits. And then my next game with dice is this 100 grid game. And so the goal of this game is to fill up the whole grid with arrays. So I would make the array of 4 by 1 and then I would
Ah,
write the
okay.
equation of 4 times 1 equals 4. So this is good with 3rd grade all the way to 6th grade to learn the concept of multiplication, and array is one of the strategies that they can use.
Accepting something doesn't necessarily mean that you like it, but it implies an element of respect, right? So the
Yes.
whole thing is, I mean, like I was saying, we all come with our inherent biases, and no matter how hard we try, we will always have, everyone will have them. There's no way to be that, like, that perfectly inclusive. It'd be great, but like recognizing that that's also why we're teaching it, because you're always learning and growing and improving upon your ability to, you know, demonstrate equity and inclusion in the world.
So those are the 16 habits of success.
So these are skills that they progressively, just as an adult, or skills that will help you be successful. So as it goes up the pyramid, these are like higher skills. Some kids have some of them already. Nobody has all of them yet, right? Even adults are working on a lot of these. But they're the 16 habits that are supposed to be, that make up a successful just person.
It's all embedded and it's taught through the curriculum itself. But in the beginning, before we get them on the platform, we do talk about it extensively, so they do have background knowledge and do have background information. At 5th and 6th grade level, this is a high school level program, so they're not expected to master all of this in 5th and 6th grade. It kind of goes to all the way through high school.